And welcome back for that break piece. We are here in the JJ Zone, Join the Journey Radio. Today, talking about the 5 magic words that can help men and women have better success with dating. Now, of course, the 5 magic words are different depending on whether you're a man or a woman. For those of us men trying to attract women into our lives, 5 magic words are new experience with desired emotion. And in this segment of the program, I want to talk more about that specific concept, new experience with desired emotion. So much makes sense. Now, you know, it's so easy for men to believe that women don't make sense. But if you believe that, right, if you believe that women are illogical and irrational, it's because you're seeing how they think through the prism of how you think as a man. But women don't think like men, they think differently. It's a different base. To use an example, from mathematics, right? It's like you can count in different numbers, different bases of numbers. So if you're counting in base 10 numbers, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then so on and so forth. You've got 10 numbers, okay, 10, 10 numbers to choose from. And then once you go through those 10, okay, then you advance to the next place in line to the left and repeat. And you just go through the repetitions. But numbers don't have to be based in the number 10. You could have base 2. This is actually the language of computers. It's called machine language or binary language because it's just a series of zeros and ones. You've got 2, right? 0 and 1. So, you can count in base 2. So, whereas with base 10, you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then in base 2, you'll go 0, 1, 1, 0, or what looks like 10, but it's really 1, 0, 1, 1, and then 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, so on and so forth. It's not to say that binary language, machine language, is there no rationality to that? Is there no logic to it? Yes. Computers operate off of this language. It's totally rational and totally logical, but it's based in a different number from the number that most people use when they're counting and using numbers. So this is the same way with the way men and women think. They're both thinking logically and rationally, but the rationale is different. For men, it's based in intellect. For women, it's based in emotion and feeling. So once you understand the 5 magic words for interacting with women, new experience with desired emotion, and so many things will start to make sense to you. Let me give you an example from my own experience. I can remember one Sunday. Let's see, I was in Sunday school, and this was in the mid-singles ward I was attending in Seattle. And the room was pretty packed. In fact, there was only one seat left in the entire room, right? It was on the edge and it was next to me. And I can remember this woman comes in, she was fairly attractive. She comes in, she looks around the room, and she sees that the only seat available is next to me. And you should have, it's like a complete change over her countenance as her face just went sour. Uh, to say she was disappointed is an understatement. And so she takes the seat, and class had already started, and so I was just sitting there, but I was thinking about, okay, how am I going to approach this? Start a conversation at least. And I waited until the end of class, and as soon as the amen was spoken in that closing prayer, boom, she was up. She's up like a bat out of a cave, and boom, she was gone. I didn't even get the chance to say hello. Now, at the time, I felt horribly dejected. I felt like I was just trash, like yesterday's newspaper. And to think that I had sacrificed so much just to be there in Seattle, that all of the sacrifices I had made to keep my covenants over the years, and yet you didn't even want to have a simple conversation with me. And yet, that really affected me. And so I just was just appalled at how mm, superficial this woman seemed. And she wasn't the first to treat me that way, and nor was she the last. And so, it sickened me. And in many ways, it still sickens me today to think about the superficiality that we see in a lot of women. For all their complaints about how men are always chasing after the hotties, it's not like a lot of them are doing anything different. But see, this was before I understood the difference between the way women think and the way men think, the natural mindset and the covenant mindset. And here we have an example of a natural woman. The natural woman is looking for the desires of evolutionary biology. So she wants a man that is muscular, that looks good. And I mean, look at me. I'm not a movie star look-alike. I'm not anyone that anyone would be, dreaming about or fantasizing about. I don't have that, right? So she was looking at that, and of course, women processing with emotional logic, saying, okay, the way this person looks doesn't make me feel the way I want to feel. See, again, new experience with desired emotion. I wasn't presenting her with a new experience with the emotion that she desired to feel in that moment. And so, of course, she rejected it. Boom, she was up, up and out like a bat out of the cave, wanted nothing to do with it. Now, a part of what she was doing also was responding to hypergamy, which is a part of a natural woman. And for those who don't know, hypergamy is this desire that women have to always elevate themselves with their partners. So, they're always looking for someone who's higher up, so to speak, than they are. So, if you perceive to be at a lower level than the woman, and I'm saying that you are, I'm just saying you just perceive to be. They look at you as someone beneath them, then you will be invisible to them. So, brethren, if you've ever had that feeling that you're not being acknowledged, that you're completely invisible to the women that are physically around you, that is a sign that all these women are responding to hypergamy, which is a part of the natural woman. Again, the vast majority of Latter-day Saint singles are natural men and women. They're not covenant men and women. For all the talk that we give and going to church every week about, making and keeping sacred covenants, the fact of the matter is, many of us, most of us, are not progressed to where we're actually approaching that ideal. It takes a lifetime to get there. It takes many, many years to get there. So I'm not faulting anyone for not being for being a natural man or a natural woman at this stage of their life. I'm not faulting that. And I am saying is that we have to understand it so that we can learn to navigate the landscape that we have better. We have to talk more about it so we can actually mix. Awareness is the first step to change, right? If you want a better dating environment where people really are acting more out of the covenant mindset than the natural mindset, you got to talk about it more. You've got to create awareness. And so that's why I've been starting to talk about it here on this program and on the World of TED. And that's why I'm going to continue to do this. We have to raise the awareness. We have to start talking about it more. We have to start making conscious, deliberate choices to act against the natural mindset and adopt the covenant mindset. See, a covenant woman in that situation I was just describing, she would have come and she would have sat down with me and she would have entertained a conversation. The fact that I'm sitting there in Sunday school is at least one indicator that there's something there as far as wanting to make and keep sacred covenants, right? There's something there. So, let's have a conversation and find out how deep it really goes. It's really no more complicated than that. And once I understood, so I could feel a lot better about what's going on now. So now I understand that her response to me was simply a result of my ignorance. And that if I'd known better, I could have actually put myself in a different position so that when that moment arrived, things would have turned out differently because I would have had the knowledge of, okay, this is what I'm dealing with, and now let me leverage this knowledge to my advantage. We're, we're over time for a break. Let's go take that break. We come back from the break. I got so much I want to talk about. I'm going to see if I can squeeze it all in the last segment of the program. There on the other side. See you there.